Welcome to the Raymond Hall Show. No, I'm not Raymond Hall, but I am his co-host today, Miss Crystal Wells, and I'm sitting in until he gets here. He has a wonderful speaking engagement, and so he asked if I could come and do this job. Now, you know the Raymond Hall Show is a show that brings a different conversation, and it's all about service, and service with a purpose. So what is your purpose of your service? Think about it. So, you know, the Raymond Hall Show is a weekly internet broadcast show, and it promotes dialogue in a very vital importance of serving and service. The Raymond Hall Show serves as a media platform where invited guests participate in the broadcast to inform the audience of various topics, events of matter. This is Service Perspective. The show is committed to broadcasting content that highlights the contributions through service in times past and the vital importance that everyone has a measure of service today without regard to age, ethnicity, gender, community, or economic status. The motto, Service, a Different Conversation, speaks to mission and the vision of the Raymond Hall Show. So speak with service that others' service may speak. That's Raymond Hall. So he broadcasts every Thursday right here in the Morris Media Studios, right on the morrismedialive.com site. We don't want you to ever miss it, so make sure you tune in to morrismedialive.com, 2 to 3 p.m. to view live the Raymond Hall Show. Now, you can follow us on Facebook and view some of the past broadcasts, or you can follow us on YouTube, The Raymond Hall Show, and we can be found on Twitter, Instagram, and other podcasts on SoundCloud. This is the show that you don't want to miss. Now, Raymond Hall is the host. He is the founder, and his belief is that service builds bridges and enhances the quality of life for others to secure a better life for all. He is a service-connected disabled veteran, having served in the U.S. Marine Corps from 1971 to 1973. He's a heart transplant recipient of 17 years, an L.A. County Commissioner, California senior legislator, assembly member, author, a broadcaster, and creator of A Senior Salute. And I want to just give a hand clap for Mr. Raymond Hall right now. Now, all guests, you know, if you want to be a guest on the show, you can contact him, leave him a message, or you can just tune in and leave a message on the website. Now, without any further ado, I'm going to also talk about the Senior Salute. So it says the Raymond Hall Show is home to A Senior Salute. And that website is aseniorssalute.com. aseniorssalute.com. The dialogue benefits the service and those who are serving. A Senior Salute celebrates the service life of selected senior-aged veteran honorees for honorable act of service to the nation and continued service in their community. The strength of the nation is found in service and the communities. So coupled with A Senior Salute, the demonstration is vital importance of service, both dialogue and demonstration. So if you need any directions to the studio, Morris Media Studios, you can contact them at, looking here, 323-293-3375. Well, I think that's the call-in number. Yes. So if you want to call in, 323-293-3375. If you'd like to call in today, you have about 55 minutes so you can get your questions or your subject ready, and hopefully we'll have time to hear you. If you want to Skype, it's Morris Media 1, and there's other information here. The email, it's all here. But main thing, contact the Raymond Hall Show office at 323-841-7365. Again, that number is 323-841-7365. So right now, I think we have a caller online, and I do believe that caller is Ms. Jacqueline DuPont. Is that you?
It is. Good afternoon, and thank you for having us on the Raymond Hall show.
Yes, yes. Well, I'm going to say welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, Miss Jacqueline DuPont Walker, excuse me. So talk to us and let us know the program is coming up.
We really want the public to join us because we believe that our children deserve our full attention to create trauma-informed schools. And that's public education, both operated by LAUSD and the public charter. What we know is that our communities often have a lot of situations that create anxiety and fear and issues for our young people. Sometimes that trauma is in the home, sometimes it's in the streets and the neighborhoods. But we believe the faith community has a role in making a difference. And then we realize, God put it on our hearts, that there are people already doing something in public education. So next Thursday, the 27th of October, during the Southern California Annual Conference, Friday evening, 7 p.m., we want to do two things. One is recognize those people who are already messengers for public education. So our members of our churches who've done anything in public education, everybody has a role. Whether you're driving the bus to get them to school, whether you're preparing the lunch to have a nutritious meal, whether security on the grounds, whether you're a teacher, principal, school board member, everybody can contribute to the creating trauma-informed schools. And then we're going to talk about what we can do to make a difference. We have a national expert, someone who's committed to trying to help faith communities know what we can do to make a difference in public education, to create the kinds of environments that many of us grew up in, where we were anxious to get to school. Someone encouraged us when we got there. And if we had no other encouragement in our lives, people at church encouraged us to continue to do well in school.
That's
and
right.
We have Dr. Nicole Baker-Fulghum, who is the founder and president of the Expectations Project. They have dedicated themselves to giving faith communities the tools to make a difference. And then locally, after she inspires us and gives us a real clear focus on what is possible, we have three responders who can talk about what we can do right now. And they are Dr. George McKenna, who is Vice President of the LAUSD School Board.
Yes.
We have Mrs. Sydney Kamlager, who is President of the LA Community Colleges School Board, and Mr. Alex Johnson, who is President of the LA County Education School Board.
Awesome.
So if you're in the immediate area or not, they'll give some clear ideas what we can do to make a difference, because we can and must. This generation expects us to provide the level of cover that we have. And the faith community must do something. So that's Friday, October 27th at the LAX Hilton during the Southern California Conference of AME Churches. And it's not just for AMEs. It's for everybody who feels in their heart they're called to make a difference. So parents, students, we want to hear. There's an open mic piece, so we just won't talk at the audience. The audience will participate, and hopefully people will network and link and leave there committed to do something to make a difference.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So next Friday, the 27th, what time is that again?
7 p.m., LAX Hilton, and there is a special parking rate of $10 for those who want to park at the hotel. Don't let that keep you away. There's also public transportation.
Exactly.
The bus will bring you directly there, and the Green Line will bring you a few blocks away.
Okay. Now give us some information on how to contact you, if there's a web address or a phone number.
Yes, they can contact me at 213-494-9493. There is a web address, but at this point we want to talk to people so they fully understand.
Right on. Repeat that number again.
213-494-9493. And all of the AME churches from this region will be there to really try to take a look at this particular issue. How do we create trauma-informed schools and public education for our young people?
That's awesome. That is awesome. I do look forward to being there myself.
Thank
and
you.
so I would ask that others that I know definitely do your part to be there. It's in the evening, 7 o'clock. That is our youth day on Friday. Every Friday within our organization, we like to celebrate youth. So definitely we want to be able to be there. Right?
Absolutely. And bring them if you can.
That sounds good. So the children are welcome to come as well?
Absolutely encouraged to be there. We want to hear from the people who are experiencing it. We don't want to just plan for them. We want them to be engaged.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I definitely look forward to being there and seeing you, Miss Walker, because I know we have worked together over there at Ward AME Church. Praise the Lord. So that is a wonderful thing to do.
Yes.
Help
So
those
we'll
children.
see you there, and your listening audience, we are looking for you there.
Awesome. All right. Well, you heard it right here on the Raymond Hall Show, getting ready to let it be known what's happening in the field of education. And those speakers, let those speakers' names be heard. I know George McKenna, Dr. George McKenna, and you still there? Okay, I guess the caller's hung up. But you heard the phone number. She repeated it twice. So we want to make sure. And if you didn't get it, you caught the tail end, make sure you call Raymond Hall at 323-841-7365 and let him know you're interested in what's happening on Friday, October the 27th at 7 p.m. at the LAX Hilton, I believe it is. So without any further ado, we're going to take a little break. And then I think we have another call coming in from Healthy African American Families. If not, I'll just talk about what they have going on. All right, so we'll be right back after a short music break. So we're back, and I was talking about the Healthy African American Families 2. I think it's their second location. They're hosting an event for veterans November the 4th in Lemert Park, and there's a phone number for you to call to get more information about that, what exactly they're doing for veterans on November the 4th. The phone number is 323-292-2002. Again, that's 323-292-2002 for more information. Now, Mr. Hall will be coming in shortly, and he's going to be interviewing his guest for today. And the guest is Mr. Sean Brown, who is a mortgage consultant with Union Bank, and he's standing in the gap waiting. And in the meantime, I want to talk to you about something that's happening on Saturday, the 28th of October. It's at True Vine Baptist Church in the city of Inglewood. It is from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m., and it is an anti-bullying rally. Anti-bullying rally, meaning they are against bullying. And bullying has been happening all around. You know, we look from the White House to the doghouse. Somebody's getting bullied, okay? So what we want to do is learn the importance of not bullying and the importance of how you can really spot a situation that looks like a bully, and you may want to say some things. So they're going to train you on how to either act or react in the proper way so it doesn't become a real issue or problem. I understand people have been committing suicide. I hate to say that, but they have been doing that because of the pressure from bullies. Little children. It's insane. So this is something that is a worldwide epidemic. And so different ones are coming together to voice their opinions, and not only their opinions, talk about the legislative matters that have been passed. Many laws have been passed. I think Seth law is one law. I don't know exactly what happened with Seth, but there are different laws that they've been named regarding the person who was either the victim or decided to do something about it. So this is something that I think we can all take part in. It's Saturday, October the 28th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at True Vine Baptist Church in the city of Inglewood. If you have any questions about that, you can call me at 323-239-9439, and I will connect you to those who are presenting this project. It's a wonderful project. I know Danger Man's going to be there, and he has a lot of information for the children. He goes into the schools and teaching children about, not bullying and what to do when you're bullied. Call Danger Man. How about that? So another opportunity is coming up soon, but I'm going to leave that for Mr. Hall to talk about. It has something to do with golfing, and I think that's what Mr. Brown is also talking about. And that's something that I have never done, but I think I'm going to love it because we used to do miniature golf when we were young. Never had a chance to hit that long, I don't know what they call it, that thoroughfare. But I have a desire to go out. So I may be at this one that they're going to be hosting coming up pretty soon. So the thing is, it's about service. How can we serve one another in a friendly way, in a compassionate way, in a loving way? Because we know as children of the Most High God and church members, that's what it's all about. We were trained and taught, to serve one another in love and serving the Lord. There's a song that says, serving the Lord, it's going to pay off after a while. So service is nothing new to us as a people. But I think the ones who taught us and trained us service have now passed on. Because this was hundreds of years ago, 50, 60, 70, 80 years ago, when we were really trained on how to serve one another, how to look out for your brother or your sister, how to be neighborly. And, the Bible says, love thy neighbor as thyself. So that means you want to help and support and serve your neighbor as you would do yourself. So these are not new things, but they're things that have been forgotten because the generations that have been raising children these days didn't have grandma or great grandma or grandpa and all the ones that really learned how to serve and teach that very spirit of service. So you got a lot of people who are disrespectful, disobedient. They don't care. They'll soon walk over you, then offer you a hand. So this is why it's so important for us to learn and begin to duplicate good service. Is that all right? Now, we know on those black and white cars, the door says to protect and serve. And you know whose motto that is. And so we want to get the message to our law enforcement agencies to serve with love, not with fear. Because I've heard some of the officers say, well, when they go out on these certain calls in certain neighborhoods, they're fearful. That's not what it's all about. When you're in fear, that's not of God. So we have to realize you don't do your work in fear. Do your work in confidence, knowing you're there to serve and you're there to protect, not cause problems because you're in fear. So we need to revisit that, really. So now, we don't want anybody to go away because I'm not Raymond Hall. So if there's something that you want to hear about and I'm not covering it, well, you make sure you call Raymond and say, Raymond, next time you have that woman, I want to hear talk about this. So I told you to call Raymond Hall at 323-841-7365. And he will be glad to talk to you. And if you want to call in on the show today, the number is on the screen, 323-293-3375. So, any questions? No questions? So we'll continue on. So Mr. Brown, who I said is standing in the gap, they're going to be talking about a golf tournament. So you all get ready for that information. They're going to be talking about having goals. That's another thing. If you don't have goals in life, sometimes you don't know where you're going to end up. If you don't have a purpose that you have decided is your purpose for life, you may end up somewhere where you don't want to be. So it takes a village to raise a child, as they said, but it takes a business plan to stay focused and stay on the mark of making success in your life. So there's other information they're going to talk about: real estate and, financial products that the community has available. So you all just know that this is the place to get the information about service and what service entities are available to you. You may have needs that you don't know how to get them met. Make sure you tune in to the Raymond Hall Show and let him know what you have need of. And just as we were talking to Mrs. Jacqueline DuPont Walker about this educational event, the state of education is a real matter. There's been so much going on in our educational department. I was talking to a gentleman today, and he spoke about when the prayer was taken out of the schools, it really opened up a door for a lot of negative things to come in, because we weren't really watching, if you will, spiritually, we weren't watching the door to see who's coming in, and we weren't doing anything spiritually, which prayer is a spiritual thing. You speak in the physical, but you're speaking to the spiritual. So when you don't have an understanding of prayer and how to get a prayer through, you may be caught up in the dark. You may be caught up in a lost state of mind. So in this project that she said they're doing, she said it's not just to the AME churches, the African Methodist Episcopal churches. It is to all. Now, they are spearheading it, and which I commend the AME churches, because they have been very much active in education. They're involved with some of the colleges, and they make sure there are students that are graduating from all forms of education, whether it's elementary, junior high, or high school. They make sure that they have the support that they need. They host these seminars and these workshops to make sure that the parents are aware of what's available for them for financial aid or whatever is needed. They are the ones. I have very much been excited about the AME churches, and I, as a minister of music, I've played and sang played the piano and sang a few songs at some of them, and I am aware of what they do and how they are upstanding in the community. So other churches, the Baptist churches, the Pentecostal churches, Church of God in Christ, Apostolic, all of you have a need. I know some of your children are going through. So if you're not hosting this event, then get involved and go. She said it is the 27th of October, 7 p.m. And the children are welcome to come. They want to hear from the children. So make sure you can put that on your calendar and attend that service. So that's what it's all about. We want to bring community together. We want to bring the answers to all of the problems in America. How about that? Did you ever think you would be a problem solver for America? Well, consider yourself one, because everybody has the opportunity to help someone. So take your opportunity and look for someone to help. Do it on a daily basis and watch your life change for the better. So, I tell you, this is quite an interesting thing here, because I can talk about everything. And I think you all know Crystal is a talker. But I do enjoy talking the truth and information that's going to bring us something to further our lives. Is that all right? So we're going to take another break because I want to make sure I give Mr. Hall plenty of time to get here so he can interview his guest. And before I do that, let's see. Okay, they're talking about donating. So they're gonna have some key points here. So you all get ready and be ready, because as I remember from this song, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, right? So get ready to take phone numbers, email addresses, and all of that stuff so you can be able to stay involved. So we're going to take another music break, and we'll be right back. Well, without any further ado, we wanted to go ahead on and interview our guest, and his name again, Mr. Sean Brown from Union Bank, and he is a mortgage consultant. Sean Brown has been with Union Bank since 2016, and that office is located on Crenshaw and Jefferson in Los Angeles. Union Bank, it says, offers a variety of financial products: conventional, jumbo, FHA, VA, community lending products, including grants, silent seconds, and specialty loans. I don't know if that's your bio or not. That doesn't sound like your bio. Sounds like it's Union Bank's bio. But anyway, I'm going to say, this gentleman right here, I have had the opportunity to meet you at a rent-to-own program when you were working with one of our community realtors, Miss Beverly Clark.
Yes, been in the community for a long time.
Yeah, talk about that. How long have you been involved with banking?
Well, I've been in banking or in the business since 2002.
Okay.
Actually started in Washington, D.C.
Oh, great.
And worked for Countrywide Home Loans, and then I transferred. Yeah, that's like an evil word now. It's like an evil word now. It was a beautiful word back in 2002.
When you were there, yes.
But anyway, so I transferred to, started doing pretty well in Washington, D.C. with the company, and kind of got recruited to come to California.
Awesome.
So I jumped at the opportunity, and here I am.
Well, welcome. After all the years, but that's great. So did you go to school in D.C.?
No, actually I went to school in Virginia. I went to an HBCU in Richmond, Virginia called Virginia Union University.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm originally from New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so went to school in New York or whatever, and then went to college in Richmond, Virginia. Moved to D.C., lived there for about 5-6 years, okay. and then I've been out here since 2005. So I transferred out here in 2005 with Countrywide, and have pretty much been in the working in the Crenshaw area per se since I moved out here. I was assigned certain Countrywide offices when I moved out here, which were all in L.A., right in the Crenshaw area, and they were expanding their L.A. territory at the time. So I was part of that, helping to recruit office people.
So tell me, how has that been? I mean, this area is a good area. I mean, this is basically Baldwin Hills, Lamar Park, View Park.
It's actually, as far as economy, black economy, I guess, it's one of the top 5 in the country.
Awesome.
As far as family household incomes. The Baldwin Hills, View Park, Windsor Hills area is definitely in the top 5 of it's between it's this area and then the area I just came from, Washington D.C. The other area, the other ones that would probably take up the other categories are in not necessarily in D.C. but in the
surrounding area.
Yeah. So D.C., they kind of do a joint venture thing in D.C. They kind of do Maryland, D.C., Virginia. They call it the DMV area, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. And so in Maryland, a section of Maryland, Prince George's County, is also one of the highest household per capita black family incomes in Peter County.
So you have dealt mainly in the black communities from
day one, yeah. Okay. Well, and when I first started, I worked in Virginia, but I dealt a lot of my business was in Washington D.C., which at that time D.C. was Chocolate City. I don't know if it's considered Chocolate City anymore, but but yes, at the time it was, and so I've been I guess engulfed in the black community for a long time. I mean, I went to HBCU, so.
Yes.
Then I went to lived in D.C. and family members went to Howard. So I've been doing, involved in the community for a long time. My mother does a lot of things for Harriet Tubman, and so just all around I've just been engulfed in the black community. So I try to, so as an adult now, it's just normal for me to
be in the black community and
try to
make sure you uphold it and
increase our wealth and make sure that we stabilize our economy or grow it back, because we lost a lot of it with the housing bubble. 2007 through 9, yeah, when the market crashed.
Yes.
The majority of the individuals losing homes, I don't know, want to say majority of people losing homes, but as far as the black community is concerned, we lost a lot of wealth during that time.
Wow.
A lot of wealth.
Now, I'm going to ask something that's probably off the scale here. Do you think that was intentional?
The losing of the wealth?
No, how it happened, because they came in with these unreal type loans and, fixing up. They were, I remember some people that were loan officers. They were padding stuff and putting stuff together. That wasn't real.
Right.
My niece got caught up in that, and different ones got caught up in that, and they lost their home.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people did. Well, like I said, at least in the black community, we did lose a lot of wealth in that small little time period. I'm not sure if it was necessarily. I know the media tends to say that it was
intentional.
Yeah, it was. I guess it's a good way to file lawsuits and stuff. But to be honest with you, the loans that were the tricky loans or what have you, the ones that everybody's talking about,
tricky,
were not the subprime loans. The majority of them were the because a lot of the loans for subprime?
I'm going to say, this means, excuse me. Now, our honored host has entered the building. And so we're going to take a moment and let him get situated.
Awesome.
And then we're going to change the guard, and he will continue with the interview, because this was something I know he was very excited about.
Yes.
So while we allow that to happen, we're going to take another quick short break, and we'll be right back.
TV timeout.
TV timeout.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. This is your host, Raymond Hall of the Raymond Hall Show, and I want to thank my guest host here, Miss Crystal Davis. She is exceptional, and we are honored today to have Mr. Sean Brown of Union Bank into the studio with us. It's always a pleasure to be able to go out in the community and do some things. So today was just one of those things where I was in two places at one time, invited to speak at the Travelers of Inglewood. And I mean, these ladies go all over the place. Ladies and gents, they go all over the place. So it was good to be there. Mr. Brown has a lot of hats there at Union Bank. You do quite a bit of things. In our pre-discussion yesterday in putting the show together, you shared with me a lot of things. The event that we talked about significantly, the bank is, it's always good to know you have a bank in the community that provides services to the community. And we talked about that. But the thing that really got my heart was this golf tournament that you're putting on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So tell us about this. Tell us about the tournament.
Sure. So what I'd like to do is honor our veterans.
Okay.
And so what I proposed is to, so I'm a part of a junior golf program here in Los Angeles, where we teach young adults, young kids from 6 to 17, the basics of golf. And so what I wanted to do is introduce some veterans in the area as well to this golf program. This junior golf program. And I felt that veterans, what better way to do it than on Veterans Day? We could seriously honor our veterans, and they could enjoy some time with the youth, which a lot of veterans do. I believe they like to be around the youth. So we're going to do a fundraiser for the junior golf program and for these 2 local posts that are in
109, Post 109 and 631,
now, which are local here in Los Angeles.
They're local, and it is the only faith-based, 109 is the only faith-based post, I understand, that's either in Southern California or in the state itself. 631 is unique because it's an all-women's post.
Yes, it's amazing. I was blessed.
And Ms. Davis, she works with so many veterans and at so many veterans events.
Definitely share this.
Yeah, all of us want to participate in that. I'm a veteran myself, and I just know it's a wonderful thing to see people really appreciate the service of veterans. Okay, so now one of the things that caught my attention is you were saying, and I didn't know this, you say that you have to have a handicap in order to play professionally.
Exactly.
And so this event not only is a fundraiser, but it helps toward that establishing that handicap. Am I correct?
Well, this one is going to be a fun. This one is just going to be, we're just going to have a whole bunch of fun. So there's going to be face painting, and I actually I'm calling this a golf event. And not a golf tournament. So this one's going to have games for the kids. So please, anyone listening, and the veterans, of course, please come. It's going to be at Maggie Hathaway Golf Course on 98th and Western, which is located inside Jesse Owens Park.
Right.
And it's going to be a whole bunch of fun. So it's a par 3 golf course for those who knows what that means. But it's a small 9-hole golf course named after Maggie Hathaway, who was actually one of the founding members of the NAACP Image Awards and an avid golfer. So the location itself has a lot of history.
But talk to us about, that was very impactful that you said that in the course of time, African Americans couldn't play because they didn't have a handicap, and you couldn't get a handicap because you couldn't play on all these courses.
Yes, sir. So the junior golf program is a child, I guess, of this organization that you're referring to. So the organization is called Western States Golf Association. And what happened, it was obviously there was a time when blacks weren't allowed to do certain things. And so golf was one of them. And golf is a club. Most of the time they're at clubs. And you have to be a member of the club and things like that. So they weren't allowing us to be members of these clubs. What happens though, if you want to be a professional golfer, you have to get a handicap. Now, how you get a handicap is you have to play golf. You have to play tournaments. Not just play golf, but you have to play actual professional tournaments. But if they're not allowing us to play on the golf course or enter their clubs, then it's going to be almost impossible for us to get handicaps. So what this organization did is it created an avenue for African Americans to
be able to get
that handicap. So they hosted, Western States Golf Association would host the tournaments and would allow some of the blacks to get handicaps so that they could go and actually play in the professional, the PGA, which any other blacks who before Tiger Woods, they all pretty much went through this process.
And that also speaks very well of Union Bank.
For hosting
hosting it and just being a part of it. You shared with me the student bank.
Yes.
Now, share with us some of the things about the student. I thought that was fabulous.
Yes. So Union Bank is considered a community bank, and we have actually 4 student-run banks that are inside high schools throughout the state of California. Wow. 2 in Northern California and 2 in Southern California. The 2 in Southern California, luckily, are right here in Los Angeles. One is in East LA, I think is at Lincoln High School, and then the other one is in the Crenshaw area, Crenshaw High School.
Right. Okay. All right. So now tell us what the student bank does, and tell us about the opportunity it affords the students in the future.
Sure. So we actually hire the students from the high school. Mm-hmm. We give them a stipend, and they interview. Just like a job, they come and they interview for the position, and then they hire 12 students and train them. They come and they actually learn how to learn the teller position at the bank. On Crenshaw and Jefferson throughout the summer. They come and they stand behind the tellers and learn the process. And then when the school starts, they literally run the bank. So students at the high school can open up an account there for $1, all right, and do all their banking right there at the school. It's a beautiful sight to see the kids coming out throughout the day and making deposits.
I hope everyone is listening to this, because knowing how to be prudent with finances is very, very important. So I hope everyone is listening with this. Now, is it? How long has it been, and is it showing progress? Is it something that you are looking to expand?
Yes. So they want to expand it, but so we've actually. So I work in conjunction with the high school bank.
Okay.
All right. But I work actually out of the Crenshaw Jefferson bank branch. We've actually hired one of the interns. It's been going on for 3 years, 3 or 4 years. This might be the 4th year.
Okay.
But we've actually hired one of the interns
to work at the Jefferson branch.
Yes, it's awesome. So it's real stuff. We give them jobs, and it's amazing.
It is so much going on there at Union Bank and going on with you. I mean, it's just so amazing. And it's really, really good to hear, because everyone here, I was so excited when you were coming aboard, because we all hear about things we don't want to hear when it comes to the bank.
Right.
The bank made $2 gazillion in 9 hours, we lost your account. Okay. And those kind of things. But here you all doing some fantastic things, and we've covered the community. We've covered young people in high school, and the service goes on to help them as young adults.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about children and the young people in golf, and we've talked about seniors. And so I am really happy to hear all of the things that's going on with Union Bank there in Crenshaw. We're with the way time is running, we're definitely going to have you back. Now, let's come down to give us some numbers. If people wanted to contact you, what would they do?
Sure. Please do. Any questions or concerns regarding the tournament? Or obviously, I'm a loan officer at the bank.
Okay.
So I can help you with any of those products and services that Crystal mentioned earlier. My cell phone number is 213-291-4486. And the email address is Sean, SEAN, the letter J, .Brown, BROWN, at unionbank.com.
Okay. So as you listen, make sure you get that information down. We're going to post it on our page, so you'll be able to hear it again. And while we have a few moments left, I want to take the time to thank Morris Media Studio, especially Felicia Morris, for always doing a professional job behind the cameras. She is right here in the community, and she provides a service to make sure programs like the Raymond Hall Show is able to present in the community, for the community, and we're looking for our message to continue to go worldwide through Facebook and Twitter and all the other things. Mr. Brown, we're going to have to make an appointment to have you back. You look like this 2 appointment thing just not going to work.
I like his information.
Yes, that is something. And
just for the record, I think I have to mention my NMLS number.
Okay.
I just want to do it just because.
Go ahead.
My NMLS number is 286533.
Okay.
I just want to mention that just in case. You want to cover all bases. There's a lot of laws that have been passed.
Okay. All right. Well, no, you should. Right. Because you know what needs to happen in that particular industry as opposed to us. This show is all about service. And when we started talking about services that the bank affords. And we were talking about the traditional services. And then we branched out to the community services. And to know that the bank is committed to telling children you can start an account for $1.
That's awesome.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And then saying as children you can apply for a position, a grown-up position. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And we want to prepare you for
banking. That's
for
good.
banking
And finances. That's
for
great.
your adult life. We want to prepare you for working and being a good citizen is going to work.
Yes, actually the kids, the interns at the high school, they actually go into random classes, 9 to 12, any of the classes, and during the periods they go in and they discuss financial literacy to the other students.
That's awesome.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so that's very important. Financial literacy is to adults it needs to be taught. So it's good that we're trying to reach out to the youth and let them know about how important money is.
We want to thank each and every person, especially the president and financial officers and all of those people there at Union Bank. We want to thank you and thank all of the people who are visionaries to make sure that these things happen. We definitely want to tell you to get involved and participate in the Maggie Hathaway Golf event that's going to be on November the 10th.
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day golf event.
Yes.
I like that.
It's going to be a par 3 hole. The cost is $10. Now, there's one way that you can get around that. You can contact American Legion Post 109, Brian Temple, American Legion Post 109, and become a member. Okay. And then you get to join for free.
Yay.
Okay. But other than that, I want you to bring 2 things. Bring a spirit of service and bring your $10. Now, what does the $10 do? The $10 go and help to support the young golfers.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it also go to help American Legion Post 109 and American Legion Post 361. I want to commend Ms. Harris because she had a vision to start an all-women's post, and that she did, and it's growing.
Awesome.
I just want to say that it is going to be a fun event. There's going to be face painting. There's going to be food. There's going to be music, chair massages, games for little kids on the putting green. So this is a family affair.
Okay.
We're celebrating our veterans here.
Okay. Well, again, we want to thank you, and we are out of time, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Raymond Hall, and you tuned in to the Raymond Hall Show. Look, we want to ask you to like us, follow us, tell your friends about us so we can grow. This is about service. If you look at earlier times, what built the things in the community and throughout the nation is service. Your job helps you and your family. Your service helps those yet even to come. Have service in your life. Small service, smile, open a door, do whatever you can. But get an understanding what service is. What is it that you and I can do that will continue to contribute to the strength of your community and the nation? How do you define it? If you can do something or be a part of something that's going to help enhance the quality of life for others, pay attention, give a hand. We want to thank Mr. Brown again and thank Union Bank. We want to thank Crystal Davis. And how was your event?
It was wonderful.
It was.
Yes, we're launching.
You tell Miss Lynn Crandall that I just simply had somewhere else I had to be.
Well, you know, she's waiting for your next time to come in for the invitation and waiting to be on the show.
Okay. Well, we will make that happen real soon.
Yes.
Thank you, Morris Media Studios. I didn't see my friend, Mr. Johnny Morris.
He's in the back. He's in the booth.
I walked past. He's in the back.
He's in the booth.
Well, that tells you I'm about
He's
as
in the
blind.
booth in the back. He's in a corner in the dark.
I'm just about as blind as I can be. To my friend and mentor, Mr. Johnny Morris, thank you so very much for all of the help over the years, my friend. We are going to say goodbye until next time.
That's right.
We love you. This is the Raymond Hall Show. Continue to be of service.
Peace.
Thank you. Bye-bye.